Hi folks, welcome to the second video on HR planning and recruitment. Here we're looking at what we call a yield pyramid. The yield pyramid is used for every method of recruitment that we have in order to give us an idea of are we getting the right candidates and the right quantity of candidates screened in for our opportunities so that we feel we have enough choice. So that's a measure of how efficient and effective our recruitment methods are. So if we look at this, let's say we're using a method of recruitment, and let's say, for example, that method is the newspaper. I don't know, I'm just making that up, but let's say it's a newspaper. Maybe we have 1,200 people who actually apply to the ad. So we have 1,200 applicants. How many did we invite in? Okay, maybe to be tested in our organization before we interviewed them. So we invited 200 of the 1,200. So we can see here one out of every 6 people gets invited to come in for an interview, or gets invited to come in, not for an interview, but maybe to be tested, right, before we interview them. So 1 out of every 6 of these 1,200 people comes in. All right. Now, I don't know if that's good or bad. I'd say it's pretty good. But in any case, at least we were able to screen down or whittle away at the group, right? So now what do? We say, well, of these 200, does the testing that we administered allow us to pick some that we will interview? And in fact, okay, 3 out of every 4 of these 200 people that we interviewed. So if you consider these 200 people and you group them into 50 groups of 4, 3 out of every 4 people we interviewed, right? So that could be an indication that maybe your testing that you have might not allow you to discriminate enough. You might say, well, gee, that's too many people to interview, but maybe that gives you an idea based on how many you're actually inviting in and testing. Maybe that's saying, maybe we're interviewing too many of them. Maybe we're interviewing exactly the number we want. I don't know if this number is too big or too large. It depends on what you feel is an appropriate measure, right? So in any case, we're going to interview 150. Now, of those 150, okay, we made 100 job offers. So in other words, out of every 3 of these people, or sorry, of these 150, 2 out of every 3 of them got job offers made, and we were able to hire 50, or 1 out of every 2 of these people. So the idea here is that did you feel, when you look at this particular recruitment method, I'm just saying maybe it's the newspaper, did you feel that being able to hire 50 was really good out of 1,200 leads that you got? Or did you find that these 50 were maybe not the best 50, or maybe, maybe 40 of them were fabulous, but maybe 10 of them, you know what, I'm not so sure they were so great. So again, you want to make sure that the ones that you're hiring are the ones that you are really, really satisfied with as a result of using this recruitment method. So we look at this yield pyramid in order to get an idea, are we getting the best bang for our buck from every recruitment method we use? And here you might even want to question your testing, right? To see whether or not you thought you got the right number of people, or maybe there's too many. Maybe 150 is too many of these 200. Maybe you wanted to whittle it away a little bit more. I don't know. It depends. But in any case, this is just a way of assessing each recruitment method. Now, we can look here at the next slide to determine some effective recruitment methods for each of these jobs, and we'll look at that in our next video segment.